The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of March 17, 2025 are here. Fans can expect Billy Abbott and Nick Newman to be heroes. So, what happens after Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman's rescue? Plus, Traci Abbott is in for a rude awakening about her fiance. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Phyllis Summers cornered. During the week of March 17, Sharon and Phyllis will be cornered. In the fight for their lives, they have to find a way out. Sharon was hopeful until the captor said they were just an experiment, like lab rats. It was nothing personal, he said. That is when Sharon realized they weren't going to make it out alive. The two captives decided to join forces. However, it seems they are in an impossible situation. Billy Abbott and Nick Newman's heroism. Thank goodness that Billy pushed Nick to chase that lead. They arrive at Havenhurst Psychiatric Clinic just in time. However, getting in there might be easy, but getting out could be the problem. While Phyllis and Sharon will be rescued, how will they discover the captor's identity? Traci Abbott's Tainted Love. The Young and the Restless spoilers for next week reveal that fans have finally learned that Traci's fiancé is responsible for Phyllis and Sharon's situation. That certainly was a surprise, but who is this man? Is Alan Laurent not as saintly as he appears, or is the kidnapper really Martin Laurent? He mentioned it was just an experiment. So who is he planning on using this tactic on next? Claire Grace Newman's challenge. Over with Claire Grace Newman, she will hope Phyllis' rescue will get Summer Newman to back off. However, it seems Summer wants Kyle Abbott back and will use any excuse to cause a division. Claire recently crossed paths with Holden Novak. Even though Claire is taken, if dates keep getting interrupted, she could connect with Holden. It would be easy to see Claire falling in bed with Holden, especially after some Vespers. Back over with Sharon and Phyllis, what happens after their rescue? They formed a truce during the situation, but can it last? Will this experience give them a new respect for one another, or at least force them to be civil in the future? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what is coming up next. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease a game-changing twist that could leave the Abbott family reeling. Diane Jenkins Abbott wants to renovate the Abbott mansion, a change that could rock the family to their literal foundation. Renovation reservations. Is there a fan of the show who isn't more concerned about Diane's plans to overhaul the Abbott mansion than the outcomes for Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman? After all, we're pretty sure they'll come out just fine. On the surface, a renovation seems like a brilliant idea. It's no longer the 1980s, so why should a wealthy family like the Abbotts reside in a home that appears to have been styled by Crystal Carrington? Plus, the interior of that brick structure is so dark and dreary that we're amazed the only spirit to ever make an appearance is that of Patriarch John Abbott. Renovation nightmares, however, on the other side of the coin, we are left with lasting impressions, perhaps for a lifetime, due to Billy Abbott's 2016 revamp of the Chancellor Mansion. The outcome was such a drastic downgrade that it ignited a strong backlash from fans, prompting Jill Abbott to step in and reverse her son's changes. Perhaps our concerns are unfounded. It's possible the show has taken note of past mistakes. After all, Victor Newman successfully renovated the Newman Ranch to resemble its original design. Maybe Diane will make a few aesthetic tweaks that we will actually appreciate and will work for the mansion. What's the plot to this plotline? To be honest, we're puzzled by the direction Young and Restless is taking with this storyline, especially given the numerous significant issues it has yet to tackle. The fact that the best the creators can devise for Jack is yet another iteration of his rivalry with Victor is concerning in itself, competitive renovations. That sounds more like a program that should be on HGTV. Additionally, it's disappointing to see the richly developed character of Diane relegated to merely playing the role of an interior decorator. The reunion of style seems to lack any logical foundation, and Traci Abbott finds herself in a light-hearted relationship that feels superficial and lacking in substance. What are your thoughts? Are you apprehensive about the renovation of the Abbott mansion, or are you open to the idea of change? Do you worry it will come out like Billy's attempt? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the young and the restless spoilers, news, and updates. In the heart of Genoa City, where secrets and schemes lurk around every corner, a daring plan is set into motion that could finally bring down the mysterious kidnappers holding Sharon and Phyllis captive. Despite their bleak circumstances, the two women refuse to surrender to fear. Instead, they devise a risky but clever strategy to catch their tormentor red-handed. Their plan is simple but effective. Whenever their captor brings food, one woman stays awake while the other sleeps. This alternating system ensures someone is always on guard. Their ultimate goal? To ambush the kidnapper and collect irrefutable evidence of his crimes. However, uncertainty looms large. What if the kidnapper stops delivering food? Or worse, what if an unsuspecting accomplice, like a maid under duress, is forced to make the deliveries? Each moment that passes without success only heightens their anxiety. The stakes are unbearably high, and the risk of failure weighs heavily on their fragile hope. Meanwhile, outside the confines of their prison, Nick and Billy race against time to locate the captives. Their investigation leads them to a shocking discovery. The women are being held in an abandoned hospital. Once a place of healing, the decaying building now stands as a chilling reminder of past tragedies. The hospital's dark history is soaked in sorrow, a remnant of a devastating epidemic that claimed countless lives. For Nick and Billy, the thought of their loved ones being trapped in such a grim place fills them with dread, but it also strengthens their resolve to bring them home safely. As they prepare for a high-stakes rescue, questions swirl about the masterminds behind these sinister schemes. Suspicion falls on Alan and Martin, shadowy figures long believed to be pulling the strings. Yet rumors hint at a deeper, more dangerous connection. Aristotle Dees, the enigmatic leader of Damon, whose influence stretches far and wide. Some whisper that Damien, another central figure in this twisted plot, may be nothing more than a pawn manipulated by Aristotle. But the truth remains elusive. Is Damien truly a villain, or is he a victim trapped in a larger game? Jack, still nursing a deep-seated grudge against Alan, is consumed by his anger. For him, the issue is not just Alan's repeated betrayals, but the corrupt system that allowed him to thrive. However, it is Traci who bears the heaviest emotional burden. Torn between loyalty and self-preservation, she faces a bitter realization: trusting Alan may cost her everything. The weight of her decisions grows unbearable, forcing her to question whether maintaining old ties is worth the heartache they bring. As the drama intensifies, Genoa City teeters on the edge of transformation. Sharon and Phyllis cling to the fragile hope that freedom is within reach. Their vigil, while perilous, symbolizes their unwavering determination to reclaim control over their lives. Each hour they stay alert is an act of defiance against the forces trying to break them. For Nick and Billy, the abandoned hospital represents more than just a location. It's a symbol of the darkness their enemies wield. With every step deeper into the building's decaying corridors, they confront not only physical danger, but also the chilling specter of death that lingers in the air. Why would their enemies choose such a haunted place for their cruel designs? Perhaps it's a deliberate message, a reminder that even salvation comes at a price in Genoa City. Amid these intertwined narratives of hope and horror, no one emerges unscathed. Sharon and Phyllis remain steadfast, determined to outsmart their captor and escape their prison. Nick and Billy push forward despite the oppressive fear that grips them. And as the truth about Aristotle, Damien, and their hidden agendas remains just out of reach, the citizens of Genoa City brace themselves for the explosive revelations that could shatter their fragile alliances forever. In a world where betrayal is commonplace and trust is a luxury, every character is forced to confront the consequences of their actions. For Traci, the price of loyalty may be too high to bear, while Jack's simmering anger threatens to ignite a new wave of conflict. And as the pieces of this dangerous puzzle fall into place, one question lingers: will justice prevail, or will the shadows claim another victim? Christine Blair's unexpected exit from Y&R amidst major casting shakeup. Soap opera fans are in for a major surprise as The Young and the Restless undergoes a significant casting shakeup. Longtime cast member Laura Bell, who has portrayed Christine Cricket Blair since 1983, appears to be making an indefinite departure from Genoa City. Meanwhile, fresh faces are set to shake up the soap world in unexpected ways. Laura Bell's move to the bold and the beautiful. Belle is practically Y&R royalty. Not only has she been a staple of the show for decades, but she is also the daughter of the legendary creators of The Young and the Restless. However, she has been noticeably absent lately, with Christine off traveling the world with Danny Romalotti. Now it looks like her absence might be turning into a permanent exit. According to recent casting updates, Belle is set to make a guest appearance on the bold and the beautiful Y&R sister soap, beginning April 24th. Her return to Los Angeles coincides with the Forrester Creations fashion show, marking the second time Christine has appeared in LA within the past year. Her last visit was a brief musical performance with Danny. But what exactly is bringing Christine back this time? With Forrester Creations struggling due to having only one active designer, Zend, who seems more focused on his romantic entanglements than actual work, the fashion show could be a major turning point. Could Christine be involved in something bigger than just attending as a guest? Some speculate she may be stepping in as legal counsel to help the Forresters reclaim their company. This appearance raises an important question. Is Christine settling down in LA for good, or will Genoa City always be her true home? Billy Flynn's big move from Days of Our Lives to Y&R. In another major casting shift, Billy Flynn has officially said goodbye to his role as Chad DiMera on Days of Our Lives and is set to join Y&R. In a heartfelt interview with TV Insider, Flynn reflected on his time on Days, saying, "Though Flynn's Y&R debut is slated for spring, Days of Our Lives fans will still see him on screen well into 2026, as the show films months in advance." New faces in Beyond the Gates. The drama continues beyond Genoa City with fresh casting updates for Beyond the Gates. Jaden Lucas Miller has been cast as Tyrell, the teenage son of Martin and Smitty. With Martin considering a presidential run and Smitty eager to return to investigative journalism, the last thing they need is more chaos. But Tyrell's arrival promises to bring just that. Fans can catch Miller's debut on Wednesday, March 12th. Additionally, TV personality Michelle Turner will guest star as Linda, an interviewer profiling the Dupree family. Her appearance airs on Beyond the Gates on March 11th. What's next? With Christine's future uncertain, Billy Flynn's exciting transition, and new characters entering the daytime drama landscape, there's plenty for soap fans to look forward to. Will Christine's move to B&B be permanent? How will Flynn's new character shake up Genoa City? And what kind of trouble will Tyrell bring to Beyond the Gates? Share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for the latest soap news. Tension runs high in The Young and the Restless as Sharon and Phyllis find themselves trapped in a terrifying ordeal orchestrated by the sinister Alan. After enduring emotional and physical torment, Phyllis collapses on the sofa, slipping into unconsciousness. Sharon, filled with panic, rushes to her side, desperate to help her friend. But before she can act, the heavy creak of a wooden door pierces the silence. In the doorway stands Alan, a cold, calculating figure whose presence sends chills down Sharon's spine. Alan's motives are twisted and cruel. To him, Sharon and Phyllis are nothing more than test subjects in his sadistic experiment. With every calculated step into the room, he makes his intentions chillingly clear. Phyllis will be his first victim, and Sharon will follow. His words hang heavy in the air as Sharon, trembling with fear, pleads for mercy. Despite her terror, she begs Alan to spare her life, willing to let Phyllis die if it means her survival. Unbeknownst to Alan, Phyllis is not as helpless as she appears. Though her body remains motionless, her mind is alert. She hears every word of Alan's threats and vows to fight back when the time is right. While Alan continues to intimidate Sharon, Phyllis quietly gathers her strength, preparing for a chance to strike. As Sharon fights to remain calm, she makes a bold move to stop Alan. With a surge of courage, she lunges forward, hoping to turn the tide. But Alan, always one step ahead, reacts with terrifying speed. He grabs Sharon by the throat, his grip like a vice, and halts her resistance before she can fully act. His voice, cold and commanding, warns her against any further defiance. If she cooperates, he might let her live a little longer, but if she resists, death will come swiftly. Sharon struggles against his hold, her vision blurring as the pressure on her neck intensifies. Desperation fills her heart as she realizes how close she is to death. Yet, amidst her fear, a spark of defiance ignites within her. She refuses to let Alan win. With what little strength she has left, she clings to Phyllis, finding comfort in her friend's presence. Though Phyllis appears lifeless, Sharon knows she is still there, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Alan's facade of calm begins to crack as Sharon's defiance grows stronger. His calculated demeanor slips for just a moment, revealing a flash of uncertainty. It is this brief display of vulnerability that Phyllis has been waiting for. Summoning every ounce of strength, she prepares to fight back. Her mind races with strategies, knowing that one wrong move could mean death for both her and Sharon. The room, heavy with fear and tension, becomes a battlefield of wills. Alan believes he holds all the power, but Sharon and Phyllis are far from defeated. With each passing second, the balance begins to shift. Despite their terror, they cling to the hope that they can escape Alan's twisted grasp. Sharon's tearful plea transforms into a vow of defiance. She will not let Alan control their fate. Her whispered words, "We may be your lab rats now, but we are still human, and humans have the power to fight back," strike a nerve in Alan, causing his carefully crafted exterior to waver. As the power struggle intensifies, the stage is set for a dramatic showdown. Alan's cruel experiment may have begun with him in control, but Sharon and Phyllis refuse to accept their fate. With hope burning in their hearts and a fierce determination to survive, they prepare to reclaim their lives. In the face of overwhelming darkness, their bond becomes their greatest weapon, a silent promise that they will not go down without a fight. The battle for survival is far from over. As Alan tightens his grip on their lives, Sharon and Phyllis are poised to strike back, ready to turn the tables on their captor and break free from his sinister experiment. The question remains, who will emerge victorious in this deadly game of power and control? For decades, The Young and the Restless has been a staple of daytime television, captivating audiences with its dramatic storylines, unexpected twists, and unforgettable characters. But in recent years, rumors have surfaced that fewer people are tuning in. Has the beloved soap opera lost its spark, or are devoted fans still standing by their favorite Genoa City residents? Declining viewership or just a rumor? Talk of declining ratings isn't new, especially in the ever-changing world of television. With the rise of streaming platforms and shorter attention spans, traditional TV shows face more competition than ever. Some fans have voiced concerns that recent storylines haven't been as gripping as in previous decades, while others argue that the show still delivers the drama that made it a household name. So, is The Young and the Restless truly losing viewers? Ratings have fluctuated, but Y&R continues to be one of the most watched daytime dramas. While numbers aren't what they were in the golden age of soaps, the show remains a dominant force, pulling in millions of viewers daily. What fans are saying? Despite whispers of a decline, passionate fans continue to rally behind their favorite soap. Many have taken to social media to express their love for the show, sharing their thoughts on recent plots and character arcs. One longtime viewer, Michelle T., posted on Twitter, "I've been watching Y&R for over 30 years. Sure, things change, but I still love the drama and the characters. I'm not going anywhere." Another fan, Jason R., shared, "I was worried about the direction of the show, but the recent twists have pulled me back in. Genoa City still has my heart. Why The Young and the Restless still matters." Even in an era dominated by streaming services, Y&R continues to stand out for several reasons. Legacy. Since its debut in 1973, the show has built a loyal fan base spanning generations. Iconic characters. From Victor Newman to Nikki and Phyllis, Y&R boasts some of the most legendary figures in soap opera history. Twists and turns. The drama never stops, keeping viewers hooked with betrayals, romances, and shocking revelations. Community. Soap operas create a sense of connection among fans who discuss, debate, and celebrate each episode together. The future of The Young and the Restless. With new characters, evolving storylines, and a dedicated fan base, The Young and the Restless isn't fading into obscurity anytime soon. While the television landscape is changing, Y&R has proven its resilience time and time again. The showrunners are constantly adapting, introducing fresh plots to keep audiences engaged while honoring the legacy of beloved characters. So, to those wondering if The Young and the Restless still has fans, the answer is a resounding yes. The passion, loyalty, and excitement surrounding the show prove that Genoa City's drama is far from over. What do you think? Are you still watching The Young and the Restless? Share your thoughts in the comments. Genoa City has seen its fair share of scandals, but nothing compares to the latest bombshell. Ashley Abbott has disappeared without a trace. As the mystery surrounding her whereabouts deepens, a chilling theory is emerging. Could Ashley be the mastermind behind the shocking kidnappings of Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman? And if so, what dark secret is she hiding? Ashley's sudden disappearance, a coincidence or a carefully orchestrated plan? One moment, Ashley was making power moves at Djibouti. The next, she was gone, vanished without a single clue left behind. Her family is frantic, her friends are confused, and the authorities have no leads. But as Genoa City scrambles for answers, a sinister pattern is beginning to take shape. Phyllis and Sharon were both abducted under mysterious circumstances. Now, Ashley's disappearance seems less like a victim's story and more like the final piece of a dangerous puzzle. Phyllis and Sharon's kidnapping, a connection to Ashley's past? Both Phyllis and Sharon have tangled pasts with Ashley, filled with betrayals, power struggles, and personal vendettas. Could Ashley have been plotting her revenge all along? Some insiders speculate that Ashley has been pulling the strings from the shadows, orchestrating a master plan that no one saw coming. But why target Phyllis and Sharon? What unfinished business does she have with them? The shocking truth may lie in Ashley's own history of deception. Let's not forget, she's staged disappearances before, faked breakdowns, and even manipulated her own family when it suited her agenda. Is this just another one of her mind games? a dark secret waiting to be exposed. As suspicions mount, rumors are flying that Ashley may have been hiding something far bigger than anyone ever imagined. Some say she uncovered a devastating truth, one that could change everything in Genoa City. Others believe she's fallen in with dangerous company, playing a game she can no longer control. Whatever the case, one thing is certain. If Ashley really is behind Phyllis and Sharon's kidnapping, she's more dangerous than anyone ever realized. Is this the beginning of Ashley's endgame? With every passing hour, the tension in Genoa City grows. Is Ashley running from someone or something? Is she a victim in her own twisted plot, or is she pulling the ultimate power move? Genoa City is never short on shocking twists, but The Young and the Restless has outdone itself with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, latest ordeal. After weeks of turmoil, deception, and desperate escape attempts, Phyllis' captivity storyline appears to be reaching its long-awaited climax. But what does this mean for her future, and the people who put her in this position? Michelle Stafford herself has teased what's coming next, and trust us, it's big. If you think Phyllis is just going to walk away from this, think again. Buckle up, because revenge, redemption, and a whole new wave of drama are on the horizon. Phyllis' nightmare. How did she get here? Phyllis is no stranger to danger, but even she never expected to be trapped and powerless. The last few weeks have been a living hell as she fought to escape her captor, someone with an old grudge and a dangerous agenda. Forced into isolation, Phyllis has been pushed to her limits. But Genoa City's ultimate survivor never stays down for long. With sheer determination and a few clever moves, she finally breaks free. But the real question is, who was behind it all, and how will they pay? Michelle Stafford speaks. Phyllis' next move will shock you. In a recent interview, Michelle Stafford dropped cryptic hints about Phyllis' fate, and let's just say, this isn't over. Phyllis has been through a lot, but what's coming next is going to surprise everyone, Stafford revealed. She's not just going to go back to her normal life. She has a plan, and it's something no one will see coming. What could that mean? Payback time. Phyllis has a long history of taking matters into her own hands. If someone thought they could control her, they're about to learn a harsh lesson. A shocking alliance, sometimes enemies become unexpected allies. Could Phyllis team up with someone unlikely to take down her captor? New romance or old flames? Trauma changes people. Will this experience push Phyllis toward a fresh love interest, or back into the arms of a past one? Who will face the consequences? Whoever held Phyllis captive clearly underestimated her. But now that she's free, the consequences will be severe. Could this lead to a major arrest? If the culprit is exposed, the Genoa City Police Department better be ready. A power struggle? Phyllis has a way of turning the tables. Could she blackmail her captor instead? An explosive showdown? Knowing Phyllis, she won't settle for justice through legal channels. What's next for Phyllis? One thing is certain, Phyllis will never be the same. Will this experience soften her, or will it make her more ruthless than ever? Michelle Stafford's tease suggests her next move will send shockwaves through Genoa City. The Young and the Restless fans are going off after Phyllis and Sharon's kidnapper was revealed. Today's episode ended with Alan being identified as the mystery voice playing games with Sharon and Phyllis. In true soap fashion, this came right after Alan proposed to Traci. I and our fans have taken to social media to express their frustration with this storyline. Not only does having Alan kidnap Phyllis and Sharon make no sense, but the heartache coming for Traci has fans outraged. X was exploding with opinions on the latest twist on the hit CBS soap. Young and the Restless fans sound off on Alan kidnapping Phyllis and Sharon. Alan is the jigsaw puzzler, written X with gif of Kevin from The Office saying, "I can't, it's too much." The whole idea just dumbfounded another. One X user thinks the Young and the Restless head writer Josh Griffith needs to be gone as soon as possible following the Alan revelation. Speaking of Josh, he was mentioned more than once with a fan saying he doesn't make sense and calling the storyline lame. Alan? Why would that man give off about Sharon or Phyllis? I am begging someone to step in and bring a drop of sense to this show, said an ex-user. One ex-user questioned how Alan knew Phyllis and Sharon and why he cared about them, especially enough to take them hostage. This the dumbest mess ever. Or could Sharon and Alan be working together to bring Phyllis to her senses? Whatever, end this malarkey, read an ex. Another ex-user questioned Alan being the kidnapper and suggested he might really be Martin. Others poked fun at Alan looking at the phone in the park, while another discussed how this would impact Traci. I and our fans are furious Traci will get hurt. There was no shortage of fans expressing concern over what's coming for Traci once Alan's actions have been revealed. I'm not happy that Traci is going to be hurt, but this is a story for our queen, a much-deserved story. So I'm going to kick back and watch the incredible Beth Maitland slay. #GR, said an ex-user. One hates what is happening to Traci, while another hopes Beth gets some juicy material if Traci ends up with another broken heart. Traci being hurt was a hot topic, and we agree, the Abbott hair has been through enough and deserves a happy ending. Oh, is that real alien? Or is the real alien the one who actually died? If that's true, Traci will end up in the Niff house, stated an ex. Wowza, why and our fans are riled up about the news that Alan has Phyllis and Sharon. It really doesn't make sense at all, and we aren't confident the writers will ever have it make sense to us.